Welcome back, folks. So today we're going to tackle one of the larger projects of this aircraft restoration, the fuel system. So not only did some of the fuel system, namely the cross-feed valves on the right side, come to me disconnected, all of the hoses, the rubber hoses that are in here, are original from the factory, made in 1978. If you know anything about rubber, you know that over time it gets stiff, it can start to crack, and at 40 years old it can also start to disintegrate. Some of you have wondered, Chris, why haven't you started the engines yet? Other people on YouTube seem to start them the first day. Well, this is the answer why, the fuel hoses. If I put fuel through the system, some of that rubber is going to come off the inside, some of it's going to end up in the engine, and it's just going to be a bigger hassle than it's worth. So to avoid that entirely, no fuel has gone through these engines yet. We're going to get these hoses pulled out because the hose shop needs to see the exact copies, as they no longer have a cross reference for them from the factory. Ship them to New Jersey, get them back in a couple weeks, and install them. Once that's done, we're getting very, very close to starting these for the first time. Super exciting. All right, let's get to it. So I love this plane. I love almost everything about it, but one of the things I don't love about it, and it seems like it's a trend amongst the mechanics, is access to critical systems. In this case, things like hydraulics and the fuel lines. So on each side is a kidney panel, and behind the kidney panel is where the fuel transfer valves and cross-feed valves are. All of the rubber hoses there are being replaced, so we're going to dive in and get those out. First, I have this left from last time tied up with some safety wire, and here's the aforementioned kidney panel. Alright, first thing we'll go back here, get this loose. Alright, that's now loose. I should be able to move it with my hand. We got it. So with that done, we got that's the outflow line from the pump. That was where the elbow connected was the pump. It flows into the fuel filter, and it flows back through this metal line into the engine. So the good news is that this is metal, so we don't have to go fishing all that to replace it. But back here, it is flexible, so we need to pull these out. Okay, so that one is done. Next up, I'm gonna go for, I'm gonna try to move this one. Now this hose should be able to come off, but of course it's not gonna want to. Razor here, box cutter, to really just slice through the side of it. What happens is this rubber has become so tight it can't be pulled over this little notch. The notch only exists to keep it on. When it's new, it comes easily on and off, and you have a clamp here to hold it. This clamp specifically. But because of the fact that this is old and dried up, the only choice is to cut it here. Boom. Just like that, we have another hose off. Alright, we're using the same razor blade trick here to remove this one. Alright, let's remove this. Just like that, this is right off. This I will keep and most likely replace. The blue part and this part will be shipped off to be remade. seems to get this loose. This was not an easy job. This is not an easy job at all. Here I got it though. Alright. That done, the last step here is to take out this. Plus all these hoses here. See, 1, 2, 3 up top. Alright, we got that side done. Now there's a screw in the middle holding that up. We'll do that last. Let's go ahead and try and disconnect the other side. I'll take my trusty 5/16 and let's go ahead and break this thread lock. Oh, that one's pretty easy. Alright, we'll get that out of the way. And we're going to go and try and break this thread next. Okay. There it goes. Got it. One done. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to remove this piece right here. This is a multi-valve transfer system. You see this attachment here, there's another equivalent on the front. The right side of the aircraft already has this removed. Both of these hoses here need to be replaced, and there's O-rings inside that also need to be replaced. When that's removed, then I'm going to go ahead and take out the safety wire and nut to remove the last hose. And once that is done, our fuel system should be theoretically ready for reassembly once the replacement hoses have arrived. Okay, let's do that. Alright, that's all 4. Here it comes. Alright, so here we are on the left side of the plane. You can see everything's been disconnected. There are no rubber hoses in here. You have a flow sensor, you have an electric pump, you have your cross-feed boost valves. No rubber, all removed. Except for this, we'll take this out once we have the replacement. And on the other side, and on the other side, same thing. No fuel hoses. 100% disassembled. Okay, so once the new ones are in, they have to be flushed to be commissioned, and then we can get ready to start this thing. All right, today was an awesome day. This was the 3rd day, I think, over the course of multiple weekends, taking apart these hoses. I've already had to mail 2 batches out to the shop in New Jersey to rebuild them. Going to send them number 3. Haven't got everything back yet, but I do have some. Here is the fuel feeder from the right side. You can see, you can hear that, it's not bending. And then we have the new one. Oh, so sweet. Okay, so we're going to flush these and install these once the A&P can meet me, just because he wants to see them and sign off on them. That is the last major hurdle to starting these engines. Need to just get the new ones in here, get them flush, get them installed, get all of the valves back together for the pumps and the cross feeds. And once that is complete, I'll be finally able to show you guys what you have been waiting for, the engine start. Or maybe not. I actually don't know. Will they start? I haven't tried. We will find out. But I am so excited for the opportunity to bring it to you on YouTube, so please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Thank you, everybody. All right, that was pretty good.